Hello YouTube, this is Ricardo Martinez with a little bit of a discussion that I heard the other day and today that I was seeing on Inside Edition. Right now I'm going to be playing Finance at Freddy's 3 in the background trying to beat the third night. I lowered the volume so that there can be no interference, and let me raise the brightness quickly. Alright. Play audio. Okay, so the discussion today I was hearing about was that the other day I was watching Inside Edition, and what happened was that I was hearing about this story out of Detroit where a 2-year-old girl, she exited, she at 11 at night. This 2-year-old girl, she got out of her home. She came in for dressed up in warm clothing, and what happened was that she crossed a dark street 11 at night. She crossed the dark street to a gas station so she could buy candy. Now, what happened was that the store owner was very much surprised because it's not like every day you work the graveyard shift and you see a 2-year-old girl going to the store to buy some candy. Now, with all of this, the store owner, Mohammed Bazi, said that he couldn't believe it when he saw the little girl walking aisle to aisle, going to the counter, buying a piece of candy, and basically just saying, "Oh," and just giving him 2 pennies just for the candy. Now, I was really shocked about that idea. That this girl, she's 2 years old, she leaves her house, all prepared in her warm clothing. She just freaking went to the store just to buy some candy, and I was surprised about the parents. And then after the store owner basically went to go call the cops, okay, he went to the store. He called the cops. He took her to a back office and kept her safe until cops arrived. Then after that, the cops went in, took the girl into custody under protective services overall, and basically the cops were searching the nearby neighborhoods and houses for her parents. And when the parents arrived to the police station, the chief of police, or the sheriff, I believe, went and gave him and gave the parents a talking over. And the most shocking part out of this whole ordeal was the parents' response. The parents actually said, "So what?" And I quote, "So what?" basically. And I was pretty shocked about that. I was shocked about the parents saying, "So what?" It's like they don't care about their child. They just think that their child is like their golden ticket to anything. I was just shocked about that story. Now, my opinion is that if you're gonna have a child, it's logically speaking, by law, you're legally in charge of that child. It's by law that if you have a child, you're you're just tied and bound to them. You can't just leave them out there. You can't just think that, oh, this child's gonna do whatever it wants. She's freaking 2 years old. What do you expect? She won't know anything better besides only knowing that that she's just playing around. That's it. Okay, Conga. Okay, there's Freddy in the background. Observe that. And then, and I'm just still sickening about the parents quote, and I quote again. They just said, "So what?" Is I'm just shocked about that story. Alright, and the second story or discussion I'm gonna talk about is basically about this student in a 20-year-old student by the name of Martise Johnson who goes to goes to school in Charlottesville, Carolina. He is a he is on, I believe, a panel of students. I believe it's a panel of students wasn't much too sure about the story. But anyway, this student, he and his friend went out to celebrate St. Patrick's Day went to celebrate St. Patrick's Day, and he tried to get into a bar with with suspicion of a fake ID. Now, off the bat, you're 20 years old, for God's sakes. Shouldn't you not be like trying to do some sort of risky behavior with carrying a fake ID? Like, the legal drinking age is 21, so why would you just try to sneak into a bar even though you're 20, for God's sakes? Alright. But anyway, as he was trying to get into the bar, someone called the cops, and so far, what was going on about that was that mostly he tried to get in until the cops showed up and tried to subdue him until apparently he was intoxicated at the time the cops arrived. So as he was as the cops were subduing him, they basically like did a takedown technique, and he just basically like they just like opened his head up, like he got a giant gash on his forehead, which basically took 10 stitches to repair. But everybody was shocked about the story because of the fact that even though he's African American, they're comparing a little bit toward like how it's police brutality. But dude, if the report said that he was intoxicated, don't you think like an intoxicated person will just go back and try to fight back because your brain is impaired? It's like, what the hell, like if a person is intoxicated, they have no control over their brain. Their brain is just impaired, and you think that this person is gonna be like calm, like will be, I believe, attentive and reasonable after being intoxicated. Well, after the whole and someone recorded the incident, and you could hear on the tape them saying hands up, like hands up, hands up, like trying to do the Trayvon, the hands up, don't shoot movement again. And so after the incident, a police report was released saying that the student was charged with obstruction of justice, and by that meaning, obstruction of justice is a criminal offense that involves interference through words or actions. So, let's say that you're at a crime scene, and what happened was that you're at a crime scene, and what happened is that you interfere, or it's just not like a crime scene, but you're doing a criminal offense by just like shouting at the cops, like doing everything in your power to mess up their jobs basically. So this is what the guy was doing. He was like yelling at the cops, and also he was charged with either public swearing or public intoxication, which is like basically one or another for that crime so far. But after the incident, they held a peace rally in front of the school, and Johnson came out and speaking to his fellow students, talking about the incident, saying that his rights were apparently violated for some reason. But I just think that it was just like a stupid mistake. If you're a 20-year-old trying to get into a club or trying to get into a bar for St. Patrick's Day, shouldn't you not do that overall? Well, I'm gonna raise the volume for this mini game. So this mini game's a little bit weird. We just see Springtrap and a Golden Freddy and one child. It looks like this is a limit. Is that it? Alright, I'm gonna stop here. So, like and subscribe, and the full reports and full articles on that story. The story will be in the link in the description down below. So, like and subscribe, and I'll catch you later.